Well, today we begin with the book of Judges, and I will say that to me, Judges is one of the toughest books in the Bible. Thousands of people die in the pages of the book of Judges, and there are atrocities that take place, as we've seen in several of the books we've been reading through in the early parts of the Bible. It's not a book to read at night right before you go to sleep. And the book of Judges spans a period of several hundreds of years, and during this time, the people of Israel consistently turn away from the Lord their God. And the judges were heroes, if you will, who were military, civil, religious leaders who led usually one or several tribes to victory over their oppressors. And during the times of the judges, the people tended to remain more faithful to the Lord, and then when the judges weren't there, they reverted right back. Our verse for today is Judges chapter 2, verse 10, which says, "Moreover, that whole generation was gathered to their ancestors," meaning the generation of Joshua and the last group who had seen God act in a powerful way. "And another generation grew up after them who did not know the Lord, or the work that he had done for Israel." And our reflection for today is really about what happens when a generation doesn't know the Lord. We actually are experiencing that in the United States right now. More and more people, the younger you look at, fewer and fewer people attend worship, claim a religious or spiritual affiliation. The oldest generation in our midst has the highest percentage of church attendance, the youngest in our midst, the lowest. And in the book of Judges, we are kind of given a foreshadowing of what happens when a generation doesn't know the Lord. They turn aside to other gods, they worship in their own way, and all kinds of tragedies happen as a result. And it's really a very sobering thing to think about. In chapter 2, which I encourage you to look at a little bit more in their entirety, it kind of gives a summary of what to expect in the book of Judges. And so this generation that doesn't know the Lord, what happens? They did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. They abandoned the Lord who had brought them out. They followed other gods. They bowed down to them. And then God raises up judges. And so this is the cycle we're going to see. But for our own time, it definitely raises a point of urgency about what am I doing? What are you doing? What can we do to encourage those younger than us? And part of that involves telling them our story of who God is and what God has done for us, and encouraging people to know, to love, and to serve the Lord.